Hello, today I'm going to be reviewing this Marcy workout bench. I've had it for a couple years now. I'll go over the pros and cons of this as well as any secret tips that I found. And so first off, I will point out that it does have a rather narrow footprint here, but it's wide in the forward and backwards direction. What this means is for most exercises, for most people, as long as you're not getting into extreme weights of like dumbbells of probably over like 70 pounds in each hand, doing like a bench press, you're probably not going to have any issues with stability with wobbling. It is pretty sturdy, but once you get into those higher weights, you will notice that there is some wobbling that happens, but that's generally not going to be an issue for most people. But keep that in mind if you're at the higher end of the weight. Now, the construction is super easy. It only took about 30 minutes to set up. The pieces are all pretty much the same, so you only need one tool really to get it set up. Once you have it set up, it's really easy to use. So you have the spot for your feet if you want to lock your feet in, the chair, and then the back. This is very comfortable. It has, I think, enough cushioning for me in any exercises that I have done and that I do regularly. And then to adjust it, so this is not in the highest position, so you just pull this bar out. There's a little peg there, and you just slide it up and in, and then that is the highest position. Notice that this is not a flat bench, so it's not flat across. It does slant down here, so keep that in mind for the exercises that you're doing. Some people might not like this position, but I think it works really well. And then to get it out, if you want to go all the way down, you can put it in this lowest position, or you can just let it lie all the way down. And so here we're in the lowest position. So you can see there's a lot of versatility in this, as you can go all the way into a negative decline, all the way up to a sitting position. One thing I will point out is that this is not height adjustable, as you can see here. So if you're very tall, I think this is probably about 3 feet. So it's a pretty good height for most people. But when you're in the upright position here, if you're taller than, if you're like 7 feet tall, that might be kind of short for you. I'm not over 6 feet, so this is perfect for me. I think if you are 6 feet, this is still going to be fine. I think this is probably only going to be an issue if you're over 7 feet. But just keep in mind, you probably know who you are if you have issues with gym pieces. This is very sturdy construction. Everything is made out of steel. It's very strong. The bolts are very thick, so nothing's going to break on you. Again, there are exceptions if you're a very heavy person or you're going to be working out with extreme weights. Check the weight limit. I don't know what it is offhand, unfortunately. And then my last two pieces of sort of tips and tricks is, it is a good habit and a good idea, good practice, that maybe every year or so, maybe every 6 months, depending on how often you use it, is to just go through and check for tightness to make sure that everything is tight and it's not wearing out. And then one thing that I do, but I don't have right here because I moved it into this room just for this video, is usually I have it under a mat, which adds like a non-slip surface. So I have those little, they look like puzzle piece foam mats, and so I have a couple of those interconnected that I put this on. It protects the hardwood, it protects the carpet, protects whatever the floor is that's under it. And so I usually use that. It adds a little bit of extra stability too as I'm walking or as I'm using this, but I brought it in here just because it's easier for me to walk around this. So with that in mind too, I guess I should point out this is incredibly light. I can lift this with just one hand, and I carried it with two. I carried it in here by myself, but it is a very light piece of equipment by itself, so you don't need anyone to help you lift this. So that is about all I have to say. I hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.